Before listening to this episode about Triumph of the Spirit, please consider that the movie we discussed today contains themes of the Holocaust, Nazis, genocide, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and sexism. If you need to skip this episode for your own safety, we totally understand and hope you come back again next week.
Be safe with your feelings. Take care of yourself first.
Edit Boy Jeff coming here with a quick pronunciation note. During this episode, Cy mentioned the writer Elie Wiesel, but they pronounced the name Ely. So anytime you hear them say Ely, just know they mean Ellie. All right, enjoy the episode.
For a few seconds, this place was Armageddon. There was a firefight!
Fuck you think you're doing?
You were asked a direct question. Do you use cocaine?
Am I a bad person?
You never killed a baby.
You want to know who my God is?
Some huge friggin' guy.
She somehow fornicated.
The business.
Put your mouth on this.
Fish aren't meant to be in a box, kid.
Can't you see what's inside of me?
Welcome, everybody, to Willem de Filmography, the podcast where we talk about the Holocaust. I'm one of your hosts, Cyan Stone.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Jeff Whaley.
I'm the third one of your hosts, Jude.
And today we watch Triumph of the Spirit, but before we get into that whole thing, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing well. Visited a friend who broke his leg a couple weeks ago, and so decided to have a Super Bowl party at his place, because being unable to basically move anywhere can be very isolating, and it's good to do what we can to help him out, because that can be very mentally taxing.
Meh. Not at what Jeff said, just in general.
No, I'll tell my friend you don't care about his plight, his plight and his dangers. It's all good. I'm
gonna say it. I don't care that he broke his leg. Vine reference, I promise. I swear that was the Vine reference for anybody who listens to Vine out there.
He probably will know that better than I do.
Listens to Vine. This is the state I'm in.
You're old, it's fine.
And I am on 300 milligrams of caffeine on an empty stomach. And also, parentheses, we're not going to talk about the Cocoon for this one. Anyway, Willem Dafoe.
What? That's what I mean!
In this movie, Willem Dafoe plays a boxer in a concentration camp, but not the one that came out recently. A different one. There were a lot of them, apparently.
Apparently. My competing Willem Dafoe is that in this movie, we are very much attempting and failing to make Willem Dafoe a leading man.
I thought he did good.
He did great. It's not him yet.
I kind of disagree.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Fair.
I thought he was like the breakout performance of this movie, but we can get into that.
I think he was the best performance. It just didn't feel like the Willem Dafoe I know and love.
It was a toned down performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not what I come for Willem Dafoe for.
I liked it. I thought it was appropriate for the subject matter.
True. That is true.
What I was going to say before Jude's computer exploded.
My Discord.
Your Discord.
This time it wasn't my computer.
It wasn't your computer.
My computer's trying its best, okay? It's on its last legs.
Yeah.
This is weeks later. We recorded this weeks ago, and then we had to come back after your computer. You got a whole new setup.
Yeah, don't tell my computer that I'm currently speaking into, but it might be its last month on Earth.
You're getting replaced, Jude's computer.
Cut that. What I was going to say before.
After the credits, baby.
Rewind time. What I was going to say is, like, not only was Willem Dafoe the best actor in this movie, he was like 1,000 times better than either of the sibling actors were in this movie, both in the men's scenes and the women's scenes. The character that was his brother was was not. He was like the Loveless emoting the entire time. In that he was not.
I didn't hate it that much.
He was not acting at all.
He was doing a very stoic performance thing. I got what he was going for.
That's not what I got. I didn't get stoic. I don't know how to shape my face to the scene that I am in.
I have a thing about that actor later.
And for the most part, and slightly better, Allegra's sister was about the same for me.
I liked the acting there. I didn't like the storyline, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Especially for a person that was made up for this movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, take it away, Summary Boy.
Hello, it's Summary Boy.
Describe us the Holocaust, Jeff.
I'm not gonna make the joke. So 1989's Triumph of the Spirit. Mm-hmm. Opening text. We start with opening text saying the film was inspired by the experiences of a young Greek boxer, Salamo Arrow.
Aruk.
Yeah, Salamo Arrow.
Aruk.
I thought they pronounced it Arrow in the movie.
I just watched a video of it and they pronounced it Aruk.
Aruk. Okay, I will pronounce it that way.
If we are mispronouncing it, sorry about that.
Absolutely. Salamo Aruk, played by our boy Willem Dafoe, who was a prisoner in the Auschwitz Birkenau. We cut to Birkenau. Thank you. We cut to Salamo in a concentration camp uniform, lying bloodied on a floor, flashing back to his past.
Something to say here: the accents are weird in this movie. Some people are doing an accent of what they're supposed to be, and others, like Willem, aren't. But it's like a spectrum, because Willem Dafoe sells the fact that really sells the performance enough that you barely even notice that he doesn't have the fucking same accent as the people around him.
The thing is they're not really trying to do... They're very much saying, these are all Greek people. They're speaking Greek, but since this is for an English audience, we're just going to have Greek being English here so you understand what's happening.
It's Star Wars rules.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
They're not speaking English. They're speaking fucking... Fuck, what's the language in Star Wars called?
Common. Is it Common?
Nope.
It's got Galactic Common, isn't it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. The writing system, at least, has a different name. Cut this. But yeah, they really liked in the 80s to open at the end and then rewind
in media res.
Yeah. They really liked going in media res, even when it didn't. It was wildly unnecessary.
That's still very popular in things to this day.
And a lot of times it's wildly unnecessary.
Yep.
So, they go back and he's in love. He's in love with Allegra, who was a woman from his hometown, but from what I can tell, he didn't in real life. He didn't actually meet her until after the camps.
Yeah.
Yes. Allegra, played by Wendy Gazelle, and then we see brief clips of him with his girlfriend.
Yeah. Becoming the champion of the Balkans in boxing.
If I may, I have this in order.
Sorry.
You were taking both of our jobs.
We see him working the docks with his papa, played by Robert Loggia, his brother Avram, played by Costas Mandylor, which, fun little fact here, we probably actually know who he is if you've seen the later Saw movies. He is the detective who took over for Jigsaw after Tobin Bell died. And that's funny because last movie we had Tobin Bell in with Willem Dafoe, and now we have the other person who played Jigsaw in the Saw movies, Costas Mandylor.
Let's avoid the topic of Saw movies.
I was about to say.
We see his brother Avram, played by Costas Mandylor, and his best friend Jocko, played by Cario Salem. Then we see him training with Jocko and then winning the Balkans middleweight boxing championship. And then the Nazis occupied Greece 6 minutes into this film.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get right into it.
Yeah, that was... If you're anyone who knows anything about history, basically everything leading up to the camps is just like a, oh no, oh no,
Yep.
oh no.
Oh, especially the next... When in a ghetto we see a young Jewish kid telling everyone they'll be shipped out the next morning, and he's just so excited to have a job to tell people, and it's like, oh god.
No.
So just a little piece of info. Arctic was born in Thessaloniki, Greece, which is known for its large Jewish population. So that's probably why they hid it there. Did it take place in his hometown? Or the beginning scene, I mean?
They don't say where it is, it's just Greece.
Okay.
But probably.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, and also, like, all of the scenes of Willem Dafoe boxing, just... Willem Dafoe is in shape, he just does not look athletic.
He got, ripped for this movie.
He got ripped, but he moves weird. So, yeah, after the young Jewish kid tells everyone they're all being shipped out, Avram asks Papa if he could marry his girlfriend Sarah before they go. Then Salomo sneaks out to sneak into a movie playing Triumph of the Will. I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
I don't think... Is it Triumph of the Will?
It might just be general. I thought it was because it reading up on what Triumph of the Will was, it does end in that big parade that they were doing on. It might just be newsreel clips, but I couldn't get a good sense of whether that's what it was or not. So they're playing Hitler clips at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. Hitler, definitely some propaganda of some
absolute
kind.
Propaganda. Yeah.
But the only way that he and Allegra can see each other is by hiding in movie theater and making out.
Because Allegra's family chose to hide instead of go to the ghetto.
Yeah.
After Salomo leaves, Allegra and her sister Elena, played by Kelly Wolfe, are asked for their documentation.
Yeah.
Back in the ghetto, Avram and Sarah have a marriage ceremony. The next day, just as Salomo is entering the train car, he sees Allegro and Elena get caught and are on the same train.
Mm-hmm.
It traveled 6 days to Auschwitz-Birkenau. During the chaos of unloading off the train, Salomo looks for Allegra. They reunite before being separated by gender. Sarah is taken away as the rest are divided into labor camps and quote-unquote health camps that turn out to be gas chambers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything we want to talk about the that very haunting scene? If not, that's fine too.
No, we'll just generally talk about it later.
Yeah.
I think.
So the rest of the movie is cutting between the men and the women, Salomo, Papa, and Avram, and Allegra and Elena.
Yeah.
And we cut between them being stripped of their clothes and possessions and sheared. And then the men are trained in commands by the cell block leader Keir and his assistant, a Romani man, simply named a slur I won't use, played by Edward James Olmos.
Mm-hmm. Very much not a Romani man.
Very much not. None of the main actors are what they say they are. Robert Loggia is Italian, so that's close.
Yeah.
I'm sure both Italians and Greek people would hate that.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about it, I asked one of my Jewish friends how they felt about non-Jewish actors playing roles like this, especially ones like this. They said they don't really mind all that much, but it could vary depending on the person.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm eager to hear it from our small audience currently, if they have any opinions.
Like, if instead this movie was starring Mel Gibson, that would be a problem.
Yeah, I agree. They said as long as it's played respectfully, and I said I think Willem does as best as he can with the role.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They understood. Everyone understood the assignment.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, if anything, the movie takes itself. I don't want to say too seriously because it's the Holocaust, but it's somehow still takes itself too seriously for the Holocaust.
It's very earnest, but
glancing at some of the information that I did, some people did call it melodramatic.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Especially the women's storyline, because it's all made up.
Yeah.
It really bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be referring to Edward James Olmos just as Edward James Olmos through the rest of the summary.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
They are assigned bunk places and befriend a Polish Greek speaker named Janusz, played by Edward Zentara, who helps show them the ropes as they are marched past the front gates and a marching band of fellow prisoners.
Yeah.
That was surreal.
And it's important to note that Edward James Olmos' character and Keir's character are also prisoners.
Yes.
They're capos, who are basically prisoners in the concentration camp that have volunteered for these kinds of like oppressive roles for their own survival.
Yeah.
Not necessarily volunteered. Some of them volunteered and some of them are coerced.
Quote unquote volunteered.
Yeah. I wrote down the definition because I didn't know what a capo was before looking up for this movie. A camp inmate who is appointed by the Nazis to control other prisoners.
And it's important that we get that right, because nowadays capo is used as a slur by Zionists whenever whenever a Jewish person criticizes Israel. And they basically, anytime a Jewish person is like, "Hey, stop genociding people, Israel," they're like, "You would have volunteered to be a guard at the camps during the Holocaust," and it's just like,
which is just awful.
Yeah, Zionists fucking hate Holocaust survivors. Like, yeah, it like they consistently are like berate them as like weak Jews and people who like should have like
got out before it's their own fault,
gotten out or stood up. Yeah, like basically the project of Zionism is carried out by like the people who look at their own people being destroyed and are like, "Not me, man, I'm him."
Speaking of things you're gonna have to, I want this to be bleeped. Fuck it. Carry on.
Yeah. I'll say this, and you don't have to bleep it. Fuck it.
Saying stuff like that these days can be dangerous.
Yeah. I completely get it.
Yeah.
Fuck Zionism. You don't gotta bleep that.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a whole. Yeah. No. But like, yeah, it's something that gets lost, and like something that this movie is actually really good about is like the whole dynamics of the Holocaust was like, what the fuck do you do in that situation? Like, like when there are no moral choices ahead of you. There's no like your own survival might depend on you doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah. The movie really does do a decent job of highlighting that through the capo and Audak's own role as a
essentially fighting in death matches.
Death matches, you know, what we come to realize are death matches.
A fucking gladiator horse.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it's interesting. I like that the movie takes a more, I don't want to say sympathetic, but I guess empathetic role or view on what it was like to be in the Holocaust, which is just an impossible situation all around. Yeah.
There is a reason why a Holocaust boxing movie has been made multiple times. Yeah. It is objectively a compelling story.
I know we haven't gotten that far into the summary, and we haven't really talked about the negative things we feel about this movie, but I like that they didn't make the Jewish characters perfect victims.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I strongly dislike when movies do that.
Yeah. 100%.
Agreed.
It's just like putting a I don't know. I like when my characters are real.
Yeah, when they act like human beings, because that's
Yeah.
what they are.
They also really did film in Auschwitz too.
Yeah.
And when they started filming, the USSR was still a thing. And I think it was still technically a thing, but the wall came down while they were filming.
Wild.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Yeah.
Or no, that was 89. It might not have done it, but there was a behind-the-scenes stuff that said, we first started, this was definitely USSR, but then stuff got, started getting pushed back as we were filming. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
There is a half-hour-long behind-the-scenes that only ever got released on YouTube, so if you look for Triumph of the Spirit behind the scenes, there's a very... I have only watched half of it, so I need to finish it, but there's a very good... behind-the-scenes thing to watch if anyone's interested.
I didn't find that. I just watched a random Holocaust documentary to make myself sad, I guess.
By the way, that's another thing that I saw people criticize the movie for. It shouldn't have been called Triumph of the Spirit. That's not the point of the movie.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Because they basically there was nothing triumphant about anything that happened here.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, we
even
survived.
the movie says that, and then it's just I think they were just going for against Triumph of the
Triumph of the Will.
Yeah, which is a neat idea, but
it doesn't thematically line up with the movie at all.
I don't know, because even by the end of it seemed like his spirit was broken. So.
Yeah, pretty thoroughly.
You could absolutely basically sum this movie up as a neat idea, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Carrying on with the summary.
Yes. It's also, what we were saying, man, that the prisoners, the marching band prisoners played, that was fucking... I'm sure that's true, but Jesus, that was dystopian. Not dystopian, but just I hate that.
Yeah, I remember a big part of Night by Elie Wiesel was him and his dad having to fucking march all the goddamn time, and Elie having to show his dad how to march because he wasn't quite getting it, and he didn't want his dad to die for not marching right.
Mm-hmm. We see both sets of Greeks get set to work. Block leader Keir singles out Salomo to fight during his work, and Salomo knocks him out. The German commander, Major Rauscher, played by Hartmut Becker, sees the fight and has Keir shot. And then Edward James Olmos becomes the new block leader. After a general montage of horrible treatment at the camp, Elena reveals to Allegra that she's pregnant.
Dun, dun, dun.
Back at the bed, Salomo is taken to a meeting with Major Rauscher and is made the Major's new fighter for the Nazis' entertainment. This might be just visually one of my favorite scenes for horrible reasons. Edward James Olmos, the new block leader, then searches the place where they keep all of the discarded possessions of the Jews, and the saddest detail is a bunch of discarded prosthetic legs.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
Right in the foreground. That's I love that imagery because it's just really hits you with the horribleness.
Yeah, love's a strong word. It's a horrific.
No, exactly.
From a filmmaking perspective,
yes.
It's a good shot. The prosthetic, I remember seeing that, it registering it, and then you bringing it back up, it just set off a bomb in my head. Fuck, yeah, that is in there.
When I noticed it, I was like, oh, shit.
And I was, because I was super afraid that they were going to make, the capos, the, cartoonish bad guys. And Keir's character was, but he's dead now. And I was, but, while that scene was going on, I was just what is Edward James Olmos' character doing here? Is he, a weirdo?
He's grabbing a bunch of random items, including a teddy bear.
Yeah, he grabs a teddy bear. He grabs women's underwear. He grabs shoes. And I was just is he just a weirdo? What's going on here? And then, in the next scene, right?
Yep.
when oh wait, no, it has to be before this. No. The next scene is him getting recruited.
No, he got recruited beforehand.
He did?
Yes. The recruitment happened, then we saw Edward James Olmos, then we went to the fight.
Oh, you breezed past the recruitment scene then, because I like.
Sorry.
Yeah, the recruitment scene is like another thing, because like the commandant.
Yeah, we can go back to the recruitment scene. Absolutely.
The what was his
Major
name?
Rauscher.
Major Rauscher. He after they go back to their bunks, he like has Salamo like brought to him. And with his translator is just like you're a boxer and you won in 1939. That was a long time ago. Are you still good? And then Willem Dafoe's character is like, hey, wait, I recognize you. You were a boxer in the 1936 Olympics. And a line because up to this point, Willem Dafoe has been like, I've never lost a fight, and the translator says. Oh, you've never lost a fight? Where's your gold medal then, if you were there? Olympics that Jews were not allowed at.
Edit boy note. Only German Jewish people were not allowed to compete in the 1936 Olympics. Jewish people from other nations could and did. And Salamo would have been 13 during those Olympics in real life.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
He was born in 1923.
Yeah.
So that does not work at all.
Yeah. Just Nazis being dickbags.
Yes.
I
understand the dramaticness of it, but that's not how that worked at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just Nazis being like, oh, we're the master race, and where's your gold medal if you've never lost it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I thought that, like, I didn't want to breeze past that. It was just, like, such a...
It reeks of low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Yes,
That is such a perfect thing to... put in this movie because spoiler alert, here in 2026 all the Nazis are exactly the fucking same. They are so fucking they are such fucking like wormy pieces of shit that they have to create their own factions in order to feel great in and to have like to have their feelings of superiority in.
Me and Jude kind of had a conversation related to this about like the idea of like biker Nazis and like the really tatted up looking Nazi dudes that was a thing of the past, but isn't really the case as much anymore. I'm sure those do exist, but they exist. But when you think of Nazis now, you think more of the weaselly,
Proud
wormy, like Groiper dudes in suit and Proud Boys and shit like that.
The fucking tatted up biker dudes were that too. So were the KKK. Just all these fucking fail sons and fail daughters. Just like.
Well, my argument was that I've met way more bikers who were anti-Nazis and way cooler than your average middle-aged white guy.
Big bearded tatted dudes.
That might just be because like of where we are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, biker culture is biker kind of like punks.
It could go either way. But.
I don't think biker culture necessarily allows for Nazism. Maybe not to the same. No, well,
it sure
let me
does.
finish. Let me finish. In the same way that punk doesn't really make room for Nazism, probably even more so than the biker scene. But
I disagree with that.
It sure does. It depends on like the mindset of the people going into it.
Yes.
Because like what Nazis do a lot is adopt aesthetics of things that aren't careful enough to keep out Nazis. For the most part, early punk was like very anti-hate and all that. But there were also people who like basically bit off the aesthetic and just turned it into like anti-establishment, and that kind of morphed into like, oh, we're rebelling just because like that's fucking rad. And you have people like fucking what's his name, Sid Vicious, that piece of shit, wearing a fucking swastika around London and still being held up about as this like fucking punk icon.
Well, not really as much anymore, but
not anymore. But like for a quite a while.
And a lot of people who were actually punk was more like, "Oh, those guys are fucking posers. What do you do?" So I think there's
Freddie Mercury kicked Sid Vicious's ass.
yeah.
That's the point that I was trying to make, by the way.
Yes. There was a bigger section.
There's a lot of anti-establishment, like genuinely anti-Nazi bikers
Yes.
too, who are just like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. And like generally what I view to be good biker culture and good punk culture would not allow those things.
Yeah.
That's the point I was trying to make. When you were talking about that, people weren't as aware of the rhetoric that and the dog whistles that go into this shit up until very recently with the internet and everything.
Yes.
So to say that like they just willingly let these Nazis in is like, okay, like I'm not gonna necessarily agree with, I'm not gonna necessarily disagree, but I'm yes, their behavior technically allowed. I just don't think it was intentional.
Well, because also they did though. They were all, like the fucking Hell's Angels were explicitly racist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's also a lot of biker gangs that aren't.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
But to say that it's because like we can't. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like we can't know true Scotsman this where like we assign this kind of because you see it with like anarchist spaces too, where like you automatically assume like, well, we've thought this through. Clearly, we are more immune to this shit getting in.
No, I'm not saying that people need to just go with the old ways and just do what they used to do. I'm saying that they need to be
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that they need to be informed today, but I don't blame them for not being as informed back then. When the Hells Angels came about, they were awful. Obviously, I don't know much about them, but I'm just talking. I've known a lot of bikers who were just like, yeah, fuck those guys, like a lot.
Yeah.
And
you have
I don't know.
And there's also like skinheads against racial prejudice, and that like, and then there are like things to this. It's just like I don't think the broad culture of punk or biker are any more resilient to these kinds of factors sneaking in than anyone else. Is all I'm saying.
And my point was more at our current time where we are at now. Those are the smaller sections of the Nazi movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that used to be the bigger kind of core of the Nazi movement in the past, and they've kind of morphed into the suit and tie respectable Nazis, quote unquote.
Yeah, like in the 2010s there was this pivot away like to try and like sell themselves to more people where they kind of reveal like they tried they went from weasels trying to look tough to weasels trying to look presentable and debate bro-y, you know?
Fuck Richard Spencer.
Yes. Fascism wears many faces.
Yes.
And it sneaks into many groups.
I still think these areas were always meant to be a little bit more resilient, and the fact that they weren't is kind of like, well, every other area has fucking Nazis too and always did. Why do we just notice these ones the most? Because they stand out the most.
That is true. I get that as well.
I think it's because punk and biker cultures and subcultures, like regardless of if they're Nazis or not, lend themselves more to like extravagant like property damage and fights and things like that.
That's actually a very true point. That's why people point at those more.
So it's probably noticed more.
Exactly.
And if there's anything in this country we care about, it's property damage.
Yeah, I mean, like people. Yeah, like when you see a punk or a biker doing something, I don't even want to say illegal, but just wild, I guess. I guess you're more likely to notice it than if some random white dude did it.
The worst part about 9/11 in this country was the property damage that happened, not the lives that were lost. Anyway,
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
Those poor buildings.
So back to the movie.
Will someone think of the buildings?
Won't someone think of the buildings? if I can just hopefully put a button on this. one of the few subcultures that has more or less squashed a lot of this right-wing Nazi stuff basically entirely is furries. Yes. So, good job, furries. Moving on.
Hell yeah, furries. You figured it out?
Yeah, so Salomo gets ready for his fight and watches a Romani band with Edward James Olmos singing in the ring for the German soldiers, using the discarded items he found.
And I thought this scene was like really, really good.
Oh yeah,
at showing like exactly what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, oh, he's like doing this because he needs to keep himself and his family safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Salomo fights and beats the shit out of his opponent, and is then followed by a dog trick act, which
miniature pinchers, I think, or dachshunds.
Yeah, one of the two. It was weird and such a good choice, I think.
Yeah.
Just have this weird variety show of like what Nazis were doing to entertain themselves with people that they're trying to exterminate. It's so fucking insane.
Yeah. And also going back to the fact that all Nazis are weaselly little dipshits. Almost everyone except for like the high-ranking people in the audience are like babies. They're like baby Nazis.
Yep.
They're like wee little fetus Nazis.
Maybe we see the baby biker Nazi from the Loveless.
He's dead.
So in the back room, Salomo is given a reward of a loaf of bread for winning. Edward James almost takes his share of the bread, and I do like how he went to cut half, and Willem Dafoe is like, nope, quarter.
Yep. Quarter, yeah.
And when
with just a nudge of the knife.
Yep. Like, I'll help you, but know who the true winner is.
Yeah.
And when Salomo gets back to his bunk, he shares his bread with his father and brother, and reluctantly other detained people around him, but he still does share the bread, which I think was... this is also another great scene of humanizing everyone, of him really being like, I am starving, and I really, really want this, but so are they, and I can't not share, so here you go.
And juxtapose that with the, again, completely fictional portrayal of the female prisoners, where they're just stabbing each other in the back.
Constantly.
Left and right. Yes. Constantly.
Oh, this was so written by men.
Yes.
Elena and Allegra speak Greek as they're washing up and talk about Elena's pregnancy. And Allegra haggles with a Polish woman who was a former nurse to give Elena an abortion, despite Elena's protest. I'm very much glossing over these scenes because there's not much to say about them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of substance to the female-led scenes. It's a lot of...
It's just melodrama.
It's not even just melodrama. It's literal misery porn.
Yeah.
Classic exploitation of not only Jews, but obviously women. It just feels really gross.
Yeah.
Did they get even, like, one female Holocaust survivor's, like, story to, like, base any of this on?
It doesn't feel like it.
Like...
I don't think so.
Yeah, and we talked about the characters being like realistically flawed and not perfect victims, but like what Jeff and Cyan already alluded to is that the women are just very archetypically brutal towards each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Yeah. They don't get the same like humanizing moments as like the men do.
Yeah, and when they do get humanizing moments, it's bad.
But they do get all of the fucking desperate survival moments.
Yeah, like there's so many scenes of the women being put through hell. Yeah. Like obviously the men are put through hell too, but there's more story there to kind of pad it out.
And there's more communal like coming together in the men's story. Yeah. I feel like you could sum the female storyline up here the same way you could sum up a lot of stand-up about women in the 90s being bitches, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
Women, am I right?
No attempts to understand them. No attempts to.
Yeah, we'll get more into it.
Back with the men, Avram is put on a crematorium duty with the other Greeks. They refuse to do the work, and then we cut to Salomo and Papa getting the news of them being killed.
Yep.
And they have a completely understandable reaction to that. I thought, again, the acting from both of these felt very real.
Yeah, especially Willem.
Yeah, and Avram's, Salomon's brother, the actor for him is just doing nothing. And I know you think he's supposed to be like stoic or something.
That's how I
but
took
like
it.
he was also very, but from every like thing that we were shown, as far as like he like the way that they set him up, like as far as like cinematically goes, like he's supposed to be like kind of he's supposed to be an emotional character. Like he's got this woman that he just that he has begged to marry like right before their thing, but he's like giving nothing with his face. He's not stoic. He's saying emotional lines with a flat delivery. He's not supposed to be stoic.
Again, not how I read it, but I understand that take.
To Cyan's point, I barely remembered that character.
Fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely fair.
Exactly.
And we're talking about it, I was like, right.
In fact, with the crematorium scene, like he has a twinkle of emotion towards the fact that he's supposed to be putting people in a crematorium, and then his line delivery in that scene is just like, I refuse to do it, and then cut to them informing him that he's dead.
I remember getting more out of that, but
that scene I actually think was a little bit more. Yeah, I got a little more out of that one.
It was the most emotion we ever see from him, and then nothing again because he's dead. Yeah.
I respect that take. I don't agree with it, but I could totally see having that.
I don't everything around him suggests that he's supposed to be emotional, but the actor is not doing it.
After Salomo wins his next fight, him and Edward James Olmos walk by where the other Romani are kept, and
a fun bit about
the
fights. They get more brutal as the movie goes
also
along.
Fun, not fun, but like a detail of the German referee, the Nazi referee, instead of like doing any sort of counting or stuff like that, when someone's on the ground, he just yells at them and kicks them in the gut to try and get them up, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. That's not what the ref does.
No, not remotely.
But yeah, the fights get more brutal.
Mm-hmm. There was absolutely a moment where my pro wrestling brain wanted Willem Dafoe to like play the heel to these Nazis a lot more, but I realized that would have been a horrible decision,
Jeff.
so I'm glad he didn't do it.
Jeff.
I know.
Jeff.
I know. I'm glad they didn't do it. I'm just saying.
You can't always see a squared circle and think, where's the steel chair?
Disagree.
It's the Holocaust, Jeff.
We need to move on before I say some bad. Yeah, we need to move on because we don't need to keep going with this bit.
We don't.
So, Edward James Olmos walks by where the other Romani are kept and gives a teddy bear to his daughter. They then share a drink of, I believe, stolen liquor at Edward James Olmos' quarters and toast to the Russians.
Yeah.
And Edward James Olmos does a very sad, like, voice cracking song in kind of solidarity. It was a touching moment where they connected without ever really speaking much to each other.
I honestly really love the scenes between Edward James Olmos and Willem Dafoe.
The best two actors in this movie, easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they do so much with barely any lines.
Back to the women. Allegra helps Elena look for her stolen clogs. They chase after a Polish woman and take her claws back.
Yeah.
With the men, again, it's just descriptions of things that happen because there's no fucking substance there. With the men, Salomo gets assigned to the steel mill and sees Jocko again. And a fun scene. I keep saying fun because I don't know what to say. an interesting scene. Allegra, kind of in the background, you see Allegra notice Salamo walking by, and you very pointedly see her kind of look up and be like, "Wait, what?" and then get beat because she had stopped. That was nice detail.
I don't think she saw him. I think it was a near miss.
She thought she saw him. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a near miss.
She wasn't sure. She just kind of saw someone that was like, "Wait, is that?" And then got beat down and couldn't think about it again.
Yeah. The only time that Allegra's character is given any emotional depth is when
Salamo's around. Yep.
Salamo's involved. Which, considering Salamo was on the set of this movie,
yeah.
What are you doing, Salamo?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Salamo?
This movie does pass the Bechdel test, technically, but...
Technically. We need a better test.
Yeah. The barest of minimum.
Yeah, we do. It's a very bare minimum. There are other tests. I'm not going to look them up right now, but there are other and better tests.
Yeah, no, the Bechdel test was more of a... come on! Why does no movie pass this? It should not be the end all be all. It's the start.
It's literally the starting line.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after Salamo meets Jacko, and Jacko just kind of speaks German at him and kind of acknowledges that they know him, but is very much purposefully trying to not to.
Yeah, because Jacko's still a partisan, although we don't find that out until later. Basically, Jacko wasn't in the ghetto when it was taken. He was off somewhere being a partisan and resisting the Nazis, and this is where Jacko and Salamo reunite. But I, looking back, I kind of view this as kind of like Jacko being like, "Hey, be cool, man, be cool."
Yes, yeah. Especially on the second watch, that the him lingering thing was like he very pointedly looked at him, and it was just like, "I'm not giving you anything, but you see you. Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Back with the women.
Back with the women.
I know no other way to cut to these transitions other than that.
I mean, that is essentially how the movie treats the women.
Yeah,
like, well,
exactly.
back to these broads.
Elena tells Allegra about becoming pregnant, and Allegra kind of decides to not go through with the abortion. And then the next morning, Allegra goes to steal some bread from the Polish woman that was going to do the abortion. She gets caught.
No, it's a different woman.
Yeah, it's a sickly woman.
I apologize.
So the way the scene goes down, they're called to roll call. Allegra gives her sister
her bread,
the rest of her ration of bread. They get lined up for roll call. Allegra sees a older sick woman who's very clearly dying. She notices underneath her wrist, underneath her blanket, is like a slice of bread, and she tries to quietly steal it, but the woman wakes up, falls back down, presumably dies, and then the woman that they took their shoes back from rats them out to the capo, and Allegra gets whipped. Fuck. And I'm not saying that didn't happen, it's just like it's not given the same like emotional depth as the men.
Yeah. We then cut between German soldiers having fun drinking and cross-dressing.
A full-on drag show.
Fucking ironic.
Right, yeah. It's a full-on drag show.
Considering they were killing transgender people. Yep. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
Nick Fuentes loves to fuck cat boys. We all know this. They're all hypocritical pieces of shit that just want power. It is how they have been, and it is how they will always be. Just the biggest pieces of shit. I hate them.
And kind of to address that, they cut between that and them just shooting a bunch of Jewish people, Jewish prisoners in the middle of the night, and they definitely do present that well in this movie.
Yeah, they do.
And then after we see the shirtless German Nazi general cross-dressing, we then cut to a shirtless Salamo and his father being inspected for health, and then Papa is selected for the gas chamber.
Yeah.
And Salomo tries to go to Edward James Olmos to be like, is there anything you could do? And he's just like
nope.
No.
Sorry, my guy.
Yeah, he just says it's too late.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a very sad goodbye with Robert Loggia and Willem Dafoe, too.
Yeah, Robert Loggia's character is putting on a brave face. And
Yeah.
Yeah, the way Willem kind of handles like the stacking tragedies that are happening around him.
He's so good. He's
Yeah.
so good at it.
Like he just breaks a little bit more every single time, and it culminates at the end with the crematorium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or just and just the very end carrying on.
Where he's like fully just emotionally dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Then we get a montage of Salomo fighting and winning in slow motion.
In 1989 slow motion, which I forgot that how recent of an invention like the kind of slow motion we have is, where it's just like we're so used to like the fucking smooth play of it, whereas at this time it was just like, and slow the camera down.
Yep.
Frame.
I literally had to, like, when I was watching this the first time, I went back a little bit to be like, is this supposed to be this? Oh, it's a personal choice. Got it.
I thought my player was stuttering.
Yeah.
I thought it was,
which
yeah.
I don't think you would get if you were watching it in theaters or on VHS, but because of the way technology is now, sometimes that just happens with lag time, so you have to kind of double check.
Yeah, 100%.
Since we're at the montage, Arak played approximately 208 matches while imprisoned at Auschwitz, apparently only coming to a draw twice when he had dysentery.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
He had dysentery and he drew?
Yeah. That's how fucking good of a boxer he was.
Well, I mean, the other guy probably had dysentery
it's
too.
true.
It was a death camp.
If not dysentery, some other disease.
Yeah. Or just starving.
Or just starving. Yeah.
Man, the Holocaust.
Back with the women.
Back with the women.
Elena begs for more food. The other women are done with her and decides to give her... Yes, go for it.
Allow me. They corner her in one of the alleys, and they try to attempt the abortion, which, if you have a uterus, really makes you squirm.
Yep.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because the idea of a back alley abortion is horrendous.
A forced one, nonetheless.
A forced one. And then...
a death camp abortion.
The nurse turns around and says she was never pregnant to begin with.
Yeah. She was lying to get more food.
Yep. Because women, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so it's not clear, as a former woman, fuck this shit.
As a cis man, fuck this shit. Like,
yeah.
And as the referee between the two, I thought it was fine. No, fuck this shit.
Actually being non-binary and misogynistic.
I'm sure it happens.
But just like that, what a tightrope.
Being like, man, I'm a little bit feminine, but fuck them women, am I right?
There are two genders, he and they.
There are three genders. He's, theys, and holes. Okay, go on.
That is very
Move
funny.
Actually, as a non-penis haver, there are three genders: he, theys, and holes.
What are we doing?
That's what this movie says.
What are we doing?
If it was made in this time period.
What are we doing?
Then Allegra sees Salomo.
That's a funny joke.
Okay, wait. Clear cut.
Then Allegra sees Salomo walking on a bridge and calls out to him, and he sees her. And then we get Salomo and Jocko talking about the underground trying to move against the Nazis. And sirens begin to wail, and Salomo runs to find Allegra as explosions land nearby. After getting in the face of far too many women, he finally finds her and they reunite.
And it looks like they're about to escape, and then, false alarm, they took care of it, get back in your bunks.
Yep, you think, oh, yeah, like this is the thing. Oh, no. But it is the start of the end.
Yeah.
Salamo tells her that if they live, he'll find her, and she says, "I'll be waiting." So it is the little chemistry they have with each other. I do like it. I will say, Willem Dafoe kissing on screen can be weird, but I think that's true of a lot of people, a lot of actors who kiss on screen. So
he doesn't do it in like a camera way. He like full on goes for it, like leads with tongue, and is just like very like tender with it. And in real life, that could be very fun. On screen, it's like ew.
It comes off as a little much. It can, yeah.
It's a bit too realistic for screen, you know.
Also, personal preference. I'm not a big fan of a lot of tongue and kissing. I don't know why.
I'm a fan of tongue during sex. But other than that, I'm very much like a long, meaningful, emotional kisses, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Jude?
Pussies.
Oh, well.
Tongue deep. I have an oral fixation. Actually, I like both. I like all kinds of kissing, really. I just like a little bit of French. You know?
You had to reclaim your masculinity after saying that you were a former woman.
and just the whole, yeah.
I actually came like dead out of my researching of when Auschwitz was bombed. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I pulled myself straight out of that to say, yeah, pussies.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, after I was about to say that you were about to say, after I got finished researching Auschwitz, I made out with some bitches. And
Bitches love to learn about Auschwitz. That's not even a joke.
Jesus.
We laugh so we don't cry.
It's extra spicy true crime, guys.
Yeah, right? I mean, kinda.
Jesus.
If you're a true crime junkie, specifically a woman, you're probably going to be watching a lot of Holocaust documentaries too. Just throw a couple in there. Or 9/11 documentaries if you're my mom.
Oh God.
They always make her sad. She's always like, look how terrible this is. And I'm like, I know.
I know. We kind of couldn't not know for a while. Because people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
For both the Holocaust and 9/11.
One's more important.
We cannot talk about 9/11 because the jokes would get even more insensitive.
But one's more important to not shut the fuck up about. Continue.
Yes.
Nazis then discover Jacko was the leader of the resistance, or part of the resistance at the very least, and gets taken away. In the middle of the night, Rauscher calls for Salamo, as Rauscher and his translator / second-in-command argue. The second-in-command then kills himself while Rauscher dances with a woman. Rauscher then forces Salamo in the ring and tries to get him to fight Jacko.
Jacko, who is like clearly near death.
Yeah. When Auschwitz beginning to fall, most of the workers are sent to Germany, while Salamo and others are sent to the crematorium, and they end up blowing it up.
I believe it must have happened before because there's a similar. The time is a little ambiguous in this movie, as it appropriately, because you're not gonna know exactly what time it is in a fucking death camp.
Days will blend together, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a part in Night where Elie Wiesel is to transfer from Auschwitz to, I can't remember the other camp. They go on this death march through the snow. And yeah, I it just clicked clicked in my head oh, that's probably already happened at this point in the movie. Elie Wiesel has been taken to. Mm-hmm.
Also, just this is probably I've learned about it more recently than I probably should have, but in the last few months, I've learned about that they had the Nazis did have a presentable show concentration camp that they put a lot of artists in to make propaganda about, no, this is fine, and the one they showed people around
100%.
And
that was in, not endorsing this movie, but there was a scene of that in The Boy with the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, with the timeline, this movie takes place over about 2.5-ish years.
Yeah.
They arrived on May 15th, 1943, and were released on January 17th, 1945. Well, Adak was released on January 17th, 1945. Pardon.
The whole presentable concentration camp thing, not at all relatable to things happening currently and in the last few years.
They don't even try to.
That's true.
Presentable.
This was true in the last, but even then, not really true.
They take glee in not having to pretend anymore.
That's true.
I feel like some people forget that the Nazis got the idea for concentration camps from America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they saw what we were doing to Native Americans and black people, and they were like, let's streamline that.
And also the Armenian genocide, which Elie Wiesel denied.
Oh.
So, good job, Elie Wiesel. Yeah, oh yeah. Elie Wiesel went through hell and also was like an ardent Zionist to like the worst degree.
Probably Salomo too, but we don't know.
He went on to live in Israel. Yeah. I'm unaware of anything that he's done other than that.
Yeah, there wasn't much on him.
Which is good. I'd rather not know.
He continued boxing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So Salomo and the others are taken away to be tortured for information, and we meet back up at the start of the movie. And this is where Salomo gets broken. And then I don't know. There's a scene of like a bunch of all of the people being tortured, and I don't know if that was actually happening or a hallucination Salomo was having.
I think it was actually happening.
Yeah, I think so too.
And shot like a nightmare because it was.
Yeah, exactly. But somehow, some next morning or something, Edward James Olmos opens up the cell door and tells Salomo that it's over. And
he's wearing a Ushanka with the Russian star on it. He's like, "Hey, war's over," and then he fucks right off.
Yep. And Salomo then walks away from the wreckage of Auschwitz as a closing text saying that Salomo Arish and his wife, the woman Allegra, was loosely based on, moved to Israel and lived with their children and grandchildren. Then, as credits roll, we get a slow-mo scene of Salomo, Avram, and Papa dancing at a wedding. The end. Yeah. I did like the credit scene. That's a good way to put something over the credits to kind of, to get the connection the family had. I like that.
Bad news. The person that he met, the woman that he met after the movie that he ended up married. Yep, he was 17 when he was...
At the time, that's not the craziest thing. It is still ick.
He was 22. Yeah. That's still bad.
Yeah, it's icky.
I think literally everyone was doing that back then.
Yes.
Apparently he managed a shipping firm and gave inspirational speeches.
And continued boxing.
Good for him.
Yep.
It wasn't. I feel like if someone turned my hobby of painting Warhammer miniatures into a death match of some sort, I would be like, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore after the death matches are over. But that's just me.
Hey, everyone copes differently. Like,
fair, yeah.
There is a moment of like, no, I'm not going to let them take that from me. I am going to take this back for myself because fuck those Nazis. There's
fair. It just seems wild to me. I'm not gonna judge it. It does seem wild.
If he's an adult and he wants to do it, go right ahead.
Of course.
So looking at his loss and win rate, he only lost one game in 1955 in the fourth round.
Yeah,
match.
So really put up a fight.
That was like I glanced at the Wikipedia page and I saw that little tidbit that was just like his no loss streak was broken in 1955, and I was just like, wait, he kept boxing?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Doesn't look like it was a whole lot because the credits before that are all in Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But these are just career highlights, so.
boxers also don't fight a lot. Like they go like months without like anything just to be able to heal their body and train for fights.
Yeah. Really let the CTE settle in.
Yeah.
Really let it settle in before you rattle your brain around again.
Yeah. That's how that works, right?
Get those calluses. Get those calluses on your brain lining.
So many sports should be illegal. Anyway,
Salamo, yeah, he was born in once again, sorry if I butcher this, Thessaloniki, Greece. And he died
We don't have to be nice to the Greeks. I'm joking.
It's not even nice. It's just
I'm joking.
Their words have like I can't understand the flow of a lot of their words. There's so much like hard stops and starts that is just like I don't know the flow of how to say this, and I apologize, but I just can't.
Salamo died at the age of 86 in April 2009. Yeah, like we briefly touched on before the podcast, after the movie came out, another Thessaloniki-born Jewish boxer by the name of Jaco Razan sued Eric for supposedly stealing his story and exaggerating his exploits, but they ultimately settled out of court for $30,000. And Jaco died in 1997 and aged at the age of 76.
Is he the Jocko in the movie?
Very well could be.
Could be. Let me see if I can find.
Because as soon as I saw Jocko, I was just like, wait.
Jocko doesn't get a last name in the movie.
Yeah, honestly, if he's the guy the character Jocko was in the movie, I would be pretty pissed too. If I was still alive after the Holocaust and he killed my character in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was. I don't think it was meant to be the same guy, but using the name.
Okay.
I don't know how popular of a name Jocko it was at that time either. So.
And Jocko, his real name was Jacques. Jocko is just a nickname.
That makes sense.
Other examples of Jewish boxers forced to fight while imprisoned are Victor Perez, a Tunisian Jewish boxer who was a victim of the genocide, Harry Haft, a Polish Jew who died in 2007, and Ben Brill, a Dutch Jew who died in 2003.
The Harry Haft was the one that the Ben Foster movie that came out recently was about.
That makes sense. I haven't heard much about it.
I saw a trailer for it, thought it looked good, and then haven't heard anything from it since.
I think that's everyone's experience with that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think... has no one seen that movie?
I'm sure someone has, but shit gets lost on streaming all the time.
Yeah.
It came out during the lockdown, too, so it's very easy to lose a lot of movies.
My general feelings on the movie, what I wrote down was, I thought the movie was alright, but kind of showed a lot of misery for misery's sakes, which is pretty common in the 80s.
And pretty common for Holocaust movies.
Yeah.
It also made up misery for misery's sake, which you don't need to do in the Holocaust.
No, you
but
don't
also
need to do.
feels pretty common for Holocaust movies, too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very 80s. It's an 80s Holocaust movie.
You shouldn't trust Holocaust movies before Schindler's List.
Well, even then, when I was speaking to my Jewish friend about like Holocaust movies, they said Schindler's List really fucked them up as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I have my opinions on how Holocaust movies should be done. I used to like them a lot more than I do now, but now I kind of see through the... Listen, I went through my film bro phase, and I liked disturbing media.
No, I get it. I was more joking in the, you don't like those movies now as much as you're getting close to live through it.
Yeah.
Those movies become less exciting when you're like, oh, I see it now. Fuck.
It's such a hard subject to put to film in any sort of fictionalized way.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, I'm definitely like a person who's just like, who thinks that like, I do still have kind of that shitty comedian attitude. As far as like comedians go, like there's a whole thing of like anything can be joked about, you just have to do it right.
Yeah.
Whereas like with movies, it feels a bit weirder because like visual medium of it and just the putting story to camera is such a complex task for something like this.
Yeah. It's
because you don't know how your shot is going to resonate with a crowd, even though if you try and do it justice in the moment.
yeah.
And it's easy to get lost in the we have to show how real and horrible this was so people like really see it. And it's easy to kind of get lost in that.
Yeah, and like just feel like you're ogling the violence of it.
As someone who used to partake in a lot of disturbing media, true and fictionalized, I think there is a place for it, but just like, especially in the 80s, you're not going to get a good representation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Considering they had a survivor on set, that doesn't make me agree anymore with the messaging of the movie. But I'm like, I guess if he was okay with it, but that's one person's opinion.
But it's also bigger than that survivor too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a wide range of opinions on the subject.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about this when it comes to like anything involving like murder or violence, genocide especially, because especially this conversation has been happening a lot with true crime as well.
Oh yeah.
About how salacious true crime creators like to be, and just some really awful true crime depictions where the victims or the victims' families were still very much alive and like, no, this is awful, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have many Jewish people in my life. I don't necessarily look for them. I don't not look for them. It's just not something it's been a little, the waters have been weird lately. So the topic of the Holocaust and like triumph of the spirit, and Adak went straight back to Israel after all of this, and I'm kind of veering towards Jeff's opinion that he was probably a little bit of a Zionist.
Probably just naturally. Probably didn't even like intended to be, but just
there is. I mean, Israel's known for its propaganda, so
there was a really good. I know I'm the don't talk about other podcasts on this podcast person, but there was a really good episode of Behind the Bastards talking about Ava Kovner. It was the Hebrew the group of people he formed was the Hebrew word nakam for revenge. He and a bunch of other Holocaust survivors got together and were like, we need to kill 6 million Germans. And just like all of this rage at what had been done to them.
Rightfully so.
Very righteous rage.
Yes.
Perhaps a bit of an extreme goal.
Yeah.
Can't really judge them for wanting it though. But like basically the ends of those episodes, like they went on to be huge figures in Israel and Zionism at large. And there's a song that's also referenced on the Behind the Bastards episode called 6 Million Germans.
I've heard it.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah, it is.
Basically the song is what the episode is based on. Is what the Behind the Bastards episode is based on, because like the whole song is just like, yeah, what they want is pretty crazy, but like kind of get where they're coming from, and then they went on to found Israel.
That thirst for revenge doesn't really make you. That kind of leads to more horrible violence. Oh fuck, shit.
And it's also complicated by the fact that, like I said earlier, a lot of Zionism is very shows a lot of distaste towards Holocaust survivors because they see them, and the people who died in the Holocaust because they see them as like weak cattle going to their graves willingly. And just like, I often say in my head whenever I see the shit that Israel is doing today to Palestinians, I keep thinking, never again doesn't mean now you get to. But it's very clear that never again to Zionists means never again to us.
Yes.
It's also like a top. I feel a lot of things because it's also a topic of like Jews, without a doubt, have been like persecuted throughout history and today. And I think that a lot of this just goes to show that I think in look at the name of this movie. Look at the name of this fucking movie, Triumph of the Spirit. It's so mismatched to everything, and it honestly appropriately feels like trying to put a positive spin on trauma.
Yeah.
Surviving is the triumph.
Yeah, all of us know that trauma isn't always something that creates virtue. It is something that can create poor thought patterns and misplaced anger and hatred and just a lot of knock-on effects that you can sympathize with someone who, because of what they've gone through, but like that doesn't mean that now they get to do a genocide.
The vicious cycle of violence. Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty succinctly what I was trying to blunder my way through.
I completely get where you're coming from with your like hesitation to like really like go into this shit.
I'm just not informed enough to like really put into like well-informed sense, but I still.
And I am a mask presenting white person who in high school learned that people will pay attention to vocabulary a lot, so I learned a lot of big words, so I can say things confidently and with flourishes. So I'm fine saying it.
Dude, yeah. Nothing like being a taller white guy to just, like, people will just listen to you. It's fucking great. Everyone should try it.
It's crazy being a short trans man, because sometimes I'll be like, hey guys, I've been saying this for a while.
Yeah.
And they'll be just like, hey, where did you come from?
And then I'll sweep in and be like, what he was trying to say was.
As a trans man, the idea of people not listening to me is a trauma.
But for you, it's all virtue, baby.
But for you, it's a Tuesday.
Love you, dude.
No, it's not your guys' fault.
See, I think that would actually be the opposite, too, because I think it would be more of a trauma for us, but it's a trauma we couldn't handle because it happens once and we're like, what? This is a travesty!
No!
Yeah. Time to do a revolution over the one time I wasn't heard.
Yeah, it's crazy how... I'm sorry, speaking of other politics, I think it's a decent episode to bring up shit and how we feel about stuff. Obviously, fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
The killing of Renee Good was awful, and
Alex
Pratt? Pretty, sorry. No. But the rage felt oddly amped up when Alex Pretty died. Like, I was like, oh, look, a white guy died. And everybody kind of, I don't know. That was just my perspective.
It's...
Looking at it a little bit cynically, it might be because he was a quote unquote more perfect victim.
Yeah, like exactly.
It's shitty that's what it
Renee
took.
Good wasn't quite perfect enough because she was a lesbian.
But the fact, it's shitty that's what it took. But I'm glad we haven't crossed that line where we're okay with that yet, too. You know, we need to keep going and make sure this is unacceptable for everyone, not just these people. But if this is what it takes, then it shouldn't happen. But
Minneapolis is doing
killing it.
The Lord's work, and I am saying that ironically because God doesn't exist.
You don't have to bring it up every time.
I do, though.
That's more for me than it is for you.
My religious trauma.
Clear cut here. It takes a little bit of effort, but you can de-religify your language.
Yeah.
I've been sounding more like an old person lately because I like to say, like, oh, goodness and shit.
Adorable, Jude. That's adorable. Oh, goodness. I don't know why I made you sound like the Joker.
I will be a cute old man one day. Now, Willem Dafoe or Willem Dafoe.
You son of a bitch. You piece of shit.
Got him.
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah. It's hard.
I'd have a drink with him that would turn to really sad subjects pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to bring it up, but I'd still want to hear the stories.
Yeah. Jeff?
Willem Dafoe, absolutely.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah.
Give or take. It was fine. Pretty sexist. But...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm trying not to use this as a metric. I'm trying not to use this as a metric anymore because it's not always necessarily a good metric. I wouldn't watch it again, but I didn't actively dislike it.
Yeah,
I thought it handled some things well and other things really poorly.
Yeah.
The crematorium, I like that they didn't. I liked in general that they didn't show a lot of gore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the scene where they showed the gas chamber stuff, they showed everything leading up to it, and then they didn't show anything during or after. And that
they
was
showed
very
what
good.
you needed to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was horrifying to just let you think of it and not give you anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of tell don't show or show don't tell, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't show too much. We're gonna leave it up to your imagination because that's gonna be so much worse than what we could show you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And also, they don't. I think another reason why I find this movie kind of more watchable than a lot of Holocaust movies I've seen is they don't do a lot of like makeup to make them look too gaunt. Like they still do a little bit, but it's
that can be really distracting.
Yeah. They do it when they need to. They pepper it very carefully.
I did find myself getting distracted by the fact that the longer they were in the camps, they still looked pretty fit.
Yeah, Willem was ripped the entire way through, and it was just like, that's not...
But I liked that. I liked that. It made it not as difficult to watch.
And that can also take me out a little bit, but it's hard... It's hard to admonish an actor for not putting their body through that much stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, if they tried to correct it with makeup, it could have looked really fucking exploitative.
Exactly.
So
I think they made the right decision, but I understand being like, oh, we're just imagining they're actually getting way thinner. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Treated women terribly, though. That would not recommend for that reason.
Yeah.
Fair. I don't really want to say there are better Holocaust movies because I don't even know if I've seen one. I know Schindler's List is like the one. Sophie's Choice is good, really gut-wrenching, but they're all the ones that I know of are a bit dramatized. I'm curious, another question to the audience. I'm actually curious about some good Holocaust movies. Good, quote unquote.
Yeah. I would say the best, in my opinion, the best depiction of the Holocaust in media would be Mouse.
Oh yeah, I've heard really good things about.
I haven't read it in a while, but it's very good.
I really need to read Mouse because, like, when I was watching this movie, and I was growing like, I was like sympathizing and empathizing with Salamo. I kept thinking like, I hope he didn't turn do like Elie Wiesel stuff and fully pivot to hating Arabs and denying other people's genocides. And so I looked him up to see like.
I don't think he did.
But like the whole time I was thinking, I was like in a broader sense, I was thinking of Mouse the whole time because from what I know about it, that's covered in it because the guy's dad is racist. The guy's dad who survives the Holocaust is really racist, and he brings it up to him like, "Hey, what the fuck?" Like, you survived the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Not a Holocaust movie, but Jojo Rabbit was really good.
Jojo Rabbit was very good.
Jojo Rabbit fantastic.
Yeah.
movie. The baby Nazis in those movies, adorable. Fucking adorable.
For a very dramatized experience that I still, well, actually, now that I think about it, that's such a film bro answer for me. I still like Inglourious Bastards.
I fucking love Inglourious Basterds.
I've actually never seen it.
Oh, you should definitely watch it.
It's such fucking wish fulfillment. It's so fucking good.
I'm very iffy on a lot of Tarantino. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh shit, this is going to be such a film bro answer.
He's a good filmmaker.
Listen. Fuck Tarantino. I love Inglourious Basterds. Tarantino wasn't the entirety of why that movie was good.
Yeah. I still like quite a few Tarantino movies, unfortunately.
Same. Unfortunately, same.
Jackie Brown is easily his most underrated, in my opinion. That movie's amazing.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah, that's the one everyone should watch.
Putting it off for years. Yeah.
Well, my friends, we've come to the Willem
Check out Adorable Baby Nazis and Jojo Rabbit and Hitler getting his face blown off in Inglourious Bastards.
Yep.
Well, my friends, we've come to the Willem Defends. Bye! We're not watching next time on this show. We're watching Jeff. Go.
We're watching Jeff.
The portal's closing.
We're going back to Vietnam with Born on the 4th of July.
Back to the future.
Bye.
Went to the Holocaust to Vietnam. Bye.
You've been listening to Willem the Filmography. Our theme song is Cherry Metal by Arthur Vink. You can find this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and most places you find podcasts. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and review anywhere you can. Follow us on social media at WillemDaFilms on Blue Sky and Willem.DaFilms on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And share our podcast with anyone you think might like it. If you would like to support monetarily, check out our Willem the Filmography Patreon and support there. Thanks for listening.
Bravo, sir.
And speaking of death.
Oh, Jesus!
Bravo, sir.
We get it, you hate cats.
Bravo, sir.
And then you're going to sound like you're coming from the bottom of a well.
So the thing about the Holocaust is...
Bravo, sir. I've had about enough of your shit too, Billy.